Let's jump right into it. Number 7. The Scythians turned their enemies' skulls into drinking cups, and it wasn't just for show. These nomadic warriors from the steppes discovered that drinking from human skulls during battles actually served a terrifying psychological purpose. When you saw your comrade's head being used as a wine goblet, you either fled immediately or fought, with the desperation of someone who knew exactly what defeat looked like. But here's the twist: the calcium from the bone actually neutralized some of the acids in fermented drinks, making them safer to consume during long campaigns. They accidentally created a survival tactic that was equal parts psychological warfare and practical chemistry. Number 6. The Polynesians navigated thousands of miles of open ocean using their testicles. You heard that right. These master seafarers would lie naked in the bottom of their canoes and use the most sensitive parts of their bodies to detect underwater swells that were completely invisible to the naked eye. Different islands created different wave patterns, and an experienced navigator could feel these subtle vibrations through their skin and determine their exact location in an endless sea. Imagine being so in tune with the ocean that your body becomes a living GPS system. Europeans were still getting lost with compasses, while Polynesian navigators were reading the seas like a book, using techniques that seem impossible even by today's standards. Number 5. The Inuit created snow goggles from walrus tusks and saved themselves from going permanently blind. Snow blindness was basically a death sentence in the Arctic, because once you couldn't see, you couldn't hunt, and if you couldn't hunt, you died. These ingenious people carved thin slits into pieces of walrus ivory, creating the world's first sunglasses thousands of years before anyone else even understood what UV radiation was. The narrow slits reduced glare by up to 90% while still allowing enough vision to track seals across the ice. But the really wild part is how they discovered this. Trial and error in the Arctic wasn't just about discomfort, it was about survival, where one mistake meant your entire family starved to death. Number 4. The ancient Egyptians used moldy bread as antibiotics and somehow figured out what modern medicine wouldn't understand for another 4,000 years. When workers building the pyramids got infected cuts, Egyptian doctors would apply moldy bread directly to wounds, and the infections would mysteriously disappear. They had no idea they were using penicillin, they just knew that certain types of mold seemed to fight disease. The survival implications were massive, because infected wounds were basically death sentences everywhere else in the ancient world. While other civilizations watched people die from simple cuts, the Egyptians were performing what amounted to primitive antibiotic therapy. They literally discovered one of modern medicine's most important tools by accident, and used it to keep their workforce alive during the most ambitious construction projects in human history. Number 3. The Romans created urine-based mouthwash, and it actually worked better than most modern alternatives. Before you get disgusted, hear this out. Roman soldiers and citizens would rinse their mouths with fermented urine because it contained ammonia, which is one of the most effective antibacterial agents found in nature. Portuguese urine was considered the highest quality because of their diet, and people would actually import it like a luxury product. The ammonia killed harmful bacteria, prevented tooth decay, and kept their teeth white. Roman teeth were often in better condition than medieval European teeth centuries later, because they understood chemical sterilization before chemistry was even a science. For a civilization that needed healthy soldiers to conquer the known world, this wasn't vanity, it was strategic survival. Number 2. The Aztecs created chocolate that was literally a performance-enhancing drug for their warriors. This wasn't the sweet candy we know today. This was a bitter concoction mixed with chili peppers, vanilla, and sometimes human blood that could keep a warrior fighting for days without rest. Cacao contains theobromine and caffeine, natural stimulants that increase heart rate and mental alertness, while the capsaicin from peppers triggered endorphin release, creating a natural high. Aztec warriors would drink this battle chocolate before major conflicts and experience what we would recognize today as a controlled chemical enhancement. They were basically doing ancient pharmacology, creating a combat drug that improved reaction time, reduced fatigue, and increased pain tolerance. Spanish conquistadors were so impressed they adopted the practice themselves and brought chocolate back to Europe, where it became a luxury drink for the wealthy. Number 1. The Cappadocians carved entire underground cities that could hide 20,000 people, and these subterranean fortresses are more sophisticated than most modern bunkers. When enemies approached, entire populations would vanish into the earth through hidden entrances that looked like ordinary rocks or wells. These underground labyrinths extended 18 levels deep, with ventilation systems that could provide fresh air to thousands of people, churches, schools, storage areas, and even stables for livestock. The engineering was so advanced that they included communication tubes between levels, trap doors that could crush invaders, and water systems that remained secret from the surface world above. People could live completely underground for months, while enemy armies searched hopelessly above them, never realizing that entire cities existed beneath their feet. The survival strategy was so effective that these underground refuges were used continuously for over 1,000 years, protecting populations from everyone from Arab raiders to Roman legions. Modern architects still study these structures, trying to understand how ancient people created underground cities that remain largely intact after centuries of earthquakes, volcanic activity, and warfare. That's all for now. I'll make similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.